So I technically started this page off camera, because since the prompt was teabag, I don't really save disposable tea bags much anymore, just because I don't use them that much and they were cluttering up my space. So I had to make some tea with some disposable tea bags. And so I decided that while the tea bags were still wet, I would just kind of rub it around the page, and I left them sitting on the page as they dried, which created this kind of bloom effect here. So now it is at least, yeah, it is completely dry. It felt a little wet before I emptied it, but it's dry. So I'm going to use this as a sort of journaling spot kind of thing. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to rip this part off, and just kind of keep here where it's got most of the staining. It was a mint tea, so it's not super dark or intense or anything like that. But yeah, I want to write on it first, and then I will glue it down. So I'm just gonna write the word happiness. I think you can kind of see what I'm doing. And now, yeah, I think I will rip this part off. Now, I might rip here and here too. Yeah. Just because it was a bit too much of a border for my taste. I kind of like how it's torn there, so I'm going to keep that. And put this here, I think. Would be a good spot for it. Now, usually for something like this, I would use acrylic medium to glue it down, but right now I'm not entirely certain what all I want to do with this page, so... And acrylic medium can kind of mess with the texture of things, and I think I might want to preserve the texture of the tea bag. So I'm just using a regular Elmer's glue stick. Well, not regular, it's all-purpose. It's not like it's a bit stronger than the school glue sticks. Get that off. Think. And do I want to leave that staple in? I don't. I'm just ripping it off. Now there's a nasty gap there, but I will have many opportunities to cover that up. Now I'm coming in with a thick silver paint marker from Edding. I don't actually really like this paint marker very much just because it has a very strong odor, but I have it, so I'm trying to use it up. I'm just kind of doing a sort of simple frame. Well, not really a frame, because there's only horizontal lines, but gonna sort of sketch a tree here. Just a sort of simple tree. I'm probably gonna cover up part of it at some point, add some color or something like that. And I just got a marvelous idea, at least I think it's marvelous, of taking some of the tea leaves from the bag that I haven't opened yet, because I just threw out the ones that I did open, just because it's mint, and I have a cat now, so I didn't want him getting into it, because mint can be toxic to cats because of the essential oils in it. So, and I saw him being interested in some mint leaves that I had sitting out, and then I looked it up and I was like, oh, I should put those away. So I did. But luckily I still had an unopened tea bag. Which really, there were 2 tea bags just because I had a larger cup of tea. Okay, no, I'm not gonna pat that down because it's just gonna stick to my fingers. Okay, but it's gonna be a little bit too, See, my problem is that if I just sprinkle it, it's gonna keep the shape of the glue. Maybe I should have brushed the glue around first. I'll use my stencil brush that's struggling with life anyway. Because I think the glue that's used to hold the bristles of the brush in place is like not that strong. Because like, you see how short that is? The bristles are actually supposed to be higher up. Of course, it's not moving at all now. And yesterday, I was just like, that's weird, and I just kind of pulled on the bristles just a little bit, and then they pulled right out, and I was like, oh. But I just stuck them back in, and we'll see what happens. Probably gonna have to throw it away at some point, but I hang on to my brushes far past their lifespan, typically. So, I'm just gonna dump the rest of that. And then I am going to shake off these leaves into my kitchen trash, off camera, of course. And once I'm back, I'm thinking that I'll use the remaining scraps of tea bags for this trunk here. So I'm pretty sure this isn't completely dry, but it's not as messy and gloopy anymore, so I'm just taking the bits of tea bag and ripping them up a bit. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to look good at all in the slightest. But as I've said before, I'm not entirely happy with how quite a few of my pages have turned out in this challenge anyway. So, you know, there's no harm in experimenting. I mean, even if I did like all of the pages I've made so far, there would be no harm in experimenting other than, like, oh no, now an ugly page in the journal, but, like, I certainly wouldn't consider it ruined, because the whole point is to have fun. I mean, for me, the whole reason why I took part in this challenge was, well, it seemed fun, number one, and it is fun. I have had fun, but also because of wanting to be more consistent with uploading videos on here. And now that I've had varied success with that, as you can see, and also as you can tell, since it is now January, and this challenge is a July challenge, but like, in the end, it's seeming to help, because it's the gap between videos now is a lot smaller. There was a thread stuck to my finger. So, and I'm hoping after this challenge I remain consistent with all that. Eventually, I have a goal eventually. Now, I'm kind of making like this whole art routine for myself. So, and I'm trying to like add on to it like gradually. Like as I get used to doing one step of it, then I add the next step. But anyway, one of the steps is recording, or at least working on recording a video for YouTube. So, and I mean, I haven't even gotten to that part, and I'm already recording pretty frequently. Actually uploading less frequently, just because, like I've said before, sometimes these pages take me multiple days, whether that's due to drying time or motivation or just having other things that I gotta do, or want to do. But if I at least record part of a video each day, then I'll actually have stuff to upload. You know what? I like the look of it hanging off the edge a little bit, so I am not going to trim any of this. I'm really liking that, like, this tea bag, these tea bags seem to be, like, way more colorful when I actually glue them down than when, like, I look at them. Because, like, look at that. That just looks like plain white, but when I glue it down, it turns all green and stuff. And, like, see, this part here is dry, so I know it's not, like, fading or anything as the glue dries. It's almost like the glue is somehow activating it or something. That's very interesting. Or maybe just the fact that it's like pressed up against white paper. No. I think it has something to do with the glue, but anyway. Now there's tea leaves stuck in my glue stick. Oh well. Now I'm going to add, so this is a clip art book that I got from a secondhand bookstore, and I love these so much, but I saw this chipmunk, which I associate chipmunks with happiness just because, I mean, every time I see one, I feel happy, and they just seem to have, like, a happy nature about them. I don't know that they're happy 100% of the time, necessarily. I mean, I don't believe that any being is happy 100% of the time. But they just have happy vibes. And I also like that he's facing to the right, so then it looks like he's looking up at the tree. Sorry, my cat seems to be having a hairball moment on my windowsill. I think it's all good, though. Oh, sorry. I just realized I was fussy cutting, and I wasn't even in the camera. Sometimes I usually try to just pause the video and fussy cut off screen, because I don't know that if watching someone fussy cut is really that interesting. But I just got a little in the zone. So guess I might as well show you the rest of my fussy cutting. I'm almost done anyway. I mean, I have a hypothesis that when I'm aware that people are watching me, or going to be watching me, like, I think that, like, things, I feel like things I'm doing are taking longer, like, the more, like, boring parts. So, like, if I'm presenting something, for example, on, like, a computer, and I have to wait for something to load, like, I always feel like it takes an eternity. But anyway, so there's the little chipmunk. Oh, and it also, like, I mean, it's definitely a different style than the coloring page, but, like, it's, it just kind of blends in kind of well, I think. Oh, there's a hair in my glue stick, too. So now, there's the chipmunk. Hi, Smokey. I'm filming, so you gotta come here. Oh, goodness. Smokey. Sorry about that. Smokey wanted to say hi. Okay. So, with that cat incident, it looks like some more of the leaves got knocked loose. So I'm gonna wipe some of those off. And then splatter some green paint. I think. Yeah. So I'm using watercolors, and actually that's on my palette already. Looks like it would be lovely. So I'm just spraying it with a little bit of water. And then get my brush in it and just tap it. Which I probably should have put down some parchment paper or something to protect those pages, but oh well. Yeah, and I definitely want some more splatters there. Water. Okay. There, I think that's good. So I think I'm happy with that. So I'm gonna call it there. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like. And if you would like to see future videos from me, please subscribe. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.